Do recommend. But here we go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss. It is creator. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvP. Coming into this, it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I feel like a lot of it's going to come down to the vetoes. Already, I'm not used to seeing PvPs on the Old Republic. There's a very large map. Because of that, there are a lot of places to proxy, a lot of places to throw down some pylons, and we often do see a lot of shorter games on the Old Republic because of that. But we'll see how our players will approach this. herO is usually very aggressive and very intense in PvP. Creator is usually a little bit more tame in this matchup, so I'm a little bit concerned for Creator if he gives herO too much room and too much breathing room. So hopefully he's able to keep up with the tempo that herO typically does place. Keep up with this tempo so far. 2-gate opener out of herO, 2-gate opener out of Creator. So far, standard openers. Creator is checking for a proxy pylon, or he's looking for the second pylon placement. And herO is doing the same. Here we go. Second pylon next to the gas geyser. Likewise, second pylon next to gas. No proxy, and both players will confirm. So Creator sees the pylon.
Your probes are under attack.
So does herO. So they're both aware that there is no proxy, that there is no shenanigans early on. Just a standard opener for the time being, at least. For the time being. Meanwhile, big shout out to Let Me Play With Your Kitties. God, baby, God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 20 months with Twitch Prime. That's a lot of months. That's a lot of months. Thank you so much. Happy New Year's. Hope you had a great New Year's and holidays and Christmas if you celebrate it. Hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos. As is our first cast of 2026. First cast of the year. The first of many. Bearing in mind that this is the only cast for today, but we do have another one tomorrow. It'll be live tomorrow with, I believe, an SC Evo show match. Oh yeah, we have the Enki Epic series tomorrow. True. For now, though, our players are building up. They're both expanding. We have the Twilight Council out of herO. Getting into Blink. Meanwhile, Creator going for later tech. So later tech by Creator. So there's going to be a small window in time where herO has Blink over Creator. That is true. It's going to be a small window. We'll see if that window leads to anything. As Blink has begun. From here, both players should be expanding, getting into their third bases, building up into the mid game. There are going to be certain timings available, like the Blink timing, or if anyone goes for an earlier Forge, an earlier +1. Earlier charge, less gases. We'll see. This Creator, he is scouting the top corner of the map. I'll scout the top corner. Probes, they do fan out. Once again, Creator just being very vigilant when it comes to scouting. Very attentive. herO the first to expand, Creator a little bit later. And in general here, herO has a slight edge. He has a slight economic edge, he has a slight tech edge. Finally, one deviation in favor of Creator is the earlier Forge. True. Earlier Forge, earlier +1. Otherwise, we're just calming down. +1 is on the way, but overall this is a very passive initial game one, which is, as we mentioned, the Old Republic. You either see proxies or just very, very long games, or I say very long, at least when it comes to PvP, longer game states. Just due to the size of the map. Double forge at a herO, interesting, going into double upgrades to catch up, okay. Very greedy. This would take advantage of the passivity here of Creator, true. We'll see if Creator does move out. Oh, as here he cancelled armor and started at +1 shields. So shield upgrades on the way. Creator, he does move out with part of his army, bearing in mind that his Immortal is back at home. And he's just sharking around. Doesn't really intend to commit. He was maybe hoping to catch out the 4th base. Quite able to. Yo, shout out to the hallucinated Colossus Scout. Let's go. Let's go. Love to see it. That was not intentional, by the way. That was. Oh. Now that we're building up. Again, a faster 4th base for a herO. We should be starting 2-2 soon. There we go. 2-2 is now on the way. And it does look like herO intends to be the defender here. Setting up his site defense. Waiting for his 2-2 upgrades. Here comes Creator. First to move out. Now when it comes to the army compositions, it will come down to the Archons and their positioning. We have 3 Archons morphing in for Creator. We have only one for herO. Uh-oh. A second Archon's morphing in, but herO, he is vulnerable. Bearing in mind that most of his site defense is here at the center 4th base. Not at the 3rd. Now he's throwing down a shield battery. Sorry, a cannon. Just throwing down cannons, base out the charge. herO, he just doesn't really have much here. Does have the Prism though. Yeah, nice volley here from the Archons on the Zealots. Oh, the Prism is barely going to be focused down. Nice time for the Prism. Yeah, Prism goes down, and Creator, he's just going to overwhelm. He's just going to overwhelm here. Breaks through the defensive line again. herO, he was down on Archons, down in army supply. Maybe just a little bit too greedy here by herO, as herO did have a higher probe count. And Creator with this will snowball out of control. Yeah, just one strong fight here from Creator. Breaks on through. As we mentioned before, herO, he invested into the cannons and shield batteries here at the center base, which didn't come into play. And Creator will start things off with a win. Start the series off with a lead back. As here, he is microing his heart out. He is trying to control as best he can with these Stalkers, but there's only so much these Stalkers can achieve. Really so much. And again, if Creator didn't have his Prism here, for example, then maybe over time here it can try to stem the tide and build up and try to recover. But like here, like no shot. It's not gonna happen. No shot. So again, here is being as annoying as possible with these Stalkers. Let's catch out an Immortal, miss rally out a Creator. Creator hero rotates. Finally, can just focus on the base. Just focus on the expansion. And GG gets called. Creator, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. I was concerned that Creator was going to be too passive and that herO would take advantage of that, but no, Creator, he was able to hit his timing. If you remember, what was herO doing? herO, he had oversaturated. He had built up into a higher worker count with his faster 4th base. He'd invest into a 2nd forge and a 2nd upgrades as well, so there's a lot of resources being spent furthering himself in a longer game, right? With better saturation, faster 4th base, double forge, double upgrades. It means that it all pays off as the game goes longer, but Creator was able to hit just in time. As we mentioned, herO, he only had 1 Archon. He only had 1 Archon. He didn't really have much of an army to speak of, and Creator was able to bully him when he got across the map. herO's main army was lacking. That was the one part of herO that was lacking, was that main army. GG. GG, well played. And with that, Creator, he does take a lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss, the South Green Protoss. It is Creator, leading the series 1-0. Now, game 1 was nice. It was very nice. Basically, herO was too greedy. herO was too greedy, and Creator punished him. But now we're loading into Tourmaline. And the problem here is that this is a very small map. Very small map. Short rush distance by ground. Hyper aggression is favored here. And what that means is that now we are entering a very different kind of PvP. I was kind of mentioning it last game, but last game was really passive. It was really passive, but a big reason for that was the map itself. It's just a really large map, so the Old Republic kind of lends towards the mid game. It lends towards 3-base saturation at least, as we go up to 4 bases. Here on Tourmaline, I'm expecting more aggressive builds. I'm expecting herO to be in his element, to not be one to slowly get a 3rd, get a 4th base, double forge. Like that's not going to happen here. No shot. Not on Tourmaline. So we're expecting more aggressive builds from both players. Hello. As herO, he doubles back around to hide his probe. And what are we hiding? There it is, going for the pylon. Now, based on this central location, this is looking like a proxy robo. Looking like a robo, looking like a 1 base all in. As the probe is still here behind the mineral line. You can see Creator is looking for the pylon. He's looking for the pylon. He knows that there should be a pylon here. He's like, hold up, something's wrong. Something's wrong, something is amiss. He sends out a 2nd probe, so that's already 2 workers scouting. This is already doing damage. As Creator searching for that proxy. Meanwhile, we do have the proxy robo in the middle of the map. As I mentioned, this looks like a proxy robo 1 base all in. And Creator, he takes it seriously, going for his own defensive robo. Nice call by Creator. This is meant to shut down and almost hard counter, just regular counter proxy robo. It's meant to counter. So as a result, Creator, he's going to have the defender's advantage. He's going to have his own immortal production to deal with the immortals of herO. Ooh, herO shoots first. The tall grass. Yeah, makes use of the tall grass, and herO, he should take down the first stalker. They trade 1-1. They do trade. Oh, herO, some free shots off though. Dealing whole damage as well. A lot of momentum already for herO. So he zones Creator away. It's a prism. herO pulls away, dragging the Stalkers out of position. Prism is about to pop, but with this we can get into the main base. 2 adepts taking 1-shot probes. And killing workers this early on is even more critical. Has that much more weight behind it. Using 5, 6, 7 probes can end the game. As herO drops in. Does not get behind the mineral line. Nice positioning here by Creator. The immortal is revealed. Hero poking forward. He does not want to get caught by the force field. And again, Creator looking good. If he lost workers, I'd be concerned, but no, he defends well on one base. Remember, Creator went for the robot opener. You can see him coming in from behind, trying to catch out any reinforcements. Does he get the sentries? He does. And massive eagles, he gets one. He gets one, he will get the other as well. 2 free pigos, 2 sentries. Even getting hold damage on the Immortal. Oh my god. Nice hold damage. Takes down the Immortal with the Prism. Prism goes down. It's going to be a back and forth trade. Here he wants the Immortal. He's going to get him. Ooh, yeah, there is no escape. And Creator go a little bit too fancy. Go a little bit too excited. He lost his War Prism. He lost his 1 Immortal. Creator, he has 1 Immortal left. His Prism is being rebuilt. herO gets 2 probes, 3 probes even. That's something. Ooh, a bit of a miscontrol here. Miss rally. herO, he rallies over the army. Prism is thrown away. We're getting messy. And you can see that, yes, Creator did overextend. He did lose an Immortal, did lose the War Prism, but his Gateway army has been building up. Slowly building up his Gateway army. The Immortal getting caught out. Nice hold damage. herO trying to expand, trying to transition out of this. herO trying to get out of the all-in. But Creator, if he can depower this robo, he can just keep pushing. And hero's desperate. He's desperate. He wants Creator to recall. He's like, recall home, damn it. Come home. Creator, base trade, let's go. He goes to the base trade. The boys are being pulled. Stalker goes down. And, oh, there's 2 Immortals on the shield battery. herO, he's ready for this. He's ready for the base trade. herO, he's crippling the economy. He's killing everything across the map. Creator, he had momentum. He did have some momentum in this game. Creator, he can still take the fight. He locks down the Immortal. Tries to. There we go. Final force field. Immortal goes down. Takes down the Immortal, takes down the Sentry. Creator has control of the main, but it's so late though. He's losing everything else across the map. All the gateways get depowered. Boys are coming for the surround. herO, can he get the Prism? Oh, he can! Oh god, the Prism was full as well. Yeah, full Prism. GG gets called, and herO, he will tie up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO does tie things up. Again, a very intense back and forth. Honestly, everything was looking good for Creator. Creator, he defended well. He shut down the army. He had a bigger force to work with. But he was forced into a pseudo base trade where he will... where Creator, he was losing too much back at home, and herO had his Immortals ready at his natural. He had shield batteries. He had his army ready and waiting. So ready for the backstab, ready for the base trade. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a tied up 1-1 scoreline, and now we go from one of the smaller maps into another small map. Up next, loading into Ruby Rock. Now, I do favor herO in these smaller, more compact, more aggressive maps, just because of what he's known for, and his strengths, of course, as well. This is another one of those maps. Ruby Rock, this should be it for herO when it comes to being aggressive and being very in the face of Creator. Once again, we'll see if Creator can keep up with herO. And I was very impressed by the last game, by the way. Like, Creator, he found himself in a good position at times. Unfortunately, he just missed the counterattack. He missed the move out. Did miss herO slipping past. Let's go. Let's go. Step away for 3 minutes and the Creator take the map. That's a big upset, no? I mean, Creator, he just beat Classic. Like, just beat Classic. Creator can take it to herO. herO is favored. Don't get me wrong. herO is favored, but Creator, he definitely has it in him to bring it to herO, of course. And we'll see if Creator can cause the upset, right? Can take the series. Taking maps, like, we expect that from Creator. But we'll see if he can try to bring it back here. And again, these smaller, more aggressive maps, like, these are the maps that matter the most for Creator to try to get some momentum on. Like, I favor Creator on White Rabbit or Taito? No, probably not. Like, White Rabbit, I'm thinking of... What's the other large map? Jeez, Winter Madness, that's it. Winter Madness, White Rabbits, Old Republic. Those are kind of the three maps where I'm looking at Creator to look strong. But it looks like our players need some time. We need a moment. Where's the Google Translate? We can make it. We can make it. I hear you ask for a bathroom break. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Also, shout out to herO. Like, Creator, he was a little bit flustered, a little bit upset after game 2, and he was like, "Nah, it's okay. You're doing well." Like, you're being supportive. Esther here. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing T1, tank of the series, and we'll see if he can extend his lead. It is herO. Momentum is on his side, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. It is Creator. And again, to see smaller maps where we do expect to see more aggression out of our players. Creator honestly had a really nice start last game, going for the defensive robo and calling herO's build, and he was able to call correctly. But again, like, we saw a bit of a messy follow-up, and Creator, he was a little bit later to when it came to striking across the map and getting into that kind of base trade scenario. Cheeky moves out of herO. But here we go. For now, 2-gate. A 2-gate opener out of Creator, 2-gate opener out of herO. herO, he throws down his gateways further back. That does prompt Creator to go further in to try to get a further scout. It also opens up the natural. Does mean that this natural base is more accessible to adepts. Oh, and herO once again proxy. He throws down the pylon dead set in the center of the map, but this is ideal for a proxy robo. No surprises here. We spoke about this at the start of the game. Tourmaline and Ruby Rock. These are two hyper-aggressive maps. We expect all-ins, and this is where herO is at his best. Pylon is done. We're waiting for the Cybercore. And we're waiting for the robo. Huh. I need gas. Huh. There he is. With that 100 gas, Robo gets thrown down. herO is going for the one base all in, the same build 2 games in a row. And Creator, is he gonna expand? Creator scouts, he knows that a pylon is missing. Creator, he knows that something is wrong. No shot. He's opening up double adep. Remember last game, he believes it's a fake out, does he?
Glory to the Daylom.
Creator's banking resources. No, he's going for the Nexus. He's going for it. No. Again, last game Creator had such a good response, but this time he believes it's a fake out. Again, Creator, he sees there's no pylon. He believes that it's a fake proxy instead, or a proxy Stargate. but it's a one base all in, and this is going to hit even harder this time. This time, Creator won't have defensive immortals. Now, this isn't a build order win, but it's going to be a very difficult hold. I mean, Creator is banking up his own adepts. Now he's going for the robo, but after the expansion. Now, adepts, they can tank immortal shots well. That is true. We're going to have a lot of adepts. Here he has his own. I believe the rationale behind going for all these adepts is because herO has a massive hole here at the main. The ramp is open. Well, that is a lot of adepts. Now, the armies are about to pass by each other. We're about to pass by herO. He does keep his own army back at home, though. The adepts, I mean. Immortal moves in, going for the pylon. Going for the Archosis pylon. Ta-da! Pylon goes down. He fires the gateways. Same time adepts say bust into the main. Nice force field, very nice. Force field locks down Creator. Adepts are going to be cleaned up. Oof. And again, the immortal's not done. Going for another. Gets the second pylon. I'll pick up at a herO. Again, herO, he successfully defends. But remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Creator. herO, he needs more damage. Nice movement. Kills a third pylon. No, he miscontrolled. There it is. Jesus. Yeah, herO, he picked up 1 second too soon. But he does snipe that pylon. Here come the reinforcements. Here comes the army. 3 immortals. Oh. Aztecs actually make their way into the middle line. Remember, they can one-shot. They can one-shot workers, one-shot robes. Does catch out one of the immortals. He will lose his own, though. Where's the pickup? Doesn't need it. Yeah, he doesn't even need to. herO, he just A moves in, and the main base probes are going down. At the natural, the armies are broken. GG gets called, and herO, he takes a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Unfortunately, Creator, he gambled. He gambled when it came to his build. He decided, even though he knew that a pylon was missing, he believed that there was no shot that herO would go for the same build 2 games in a row. He made that gamble. He made that choice. Made that decision. He believed that herO wouldn't cheese him, so he went for the Nexus before going for any other tech structure. So very, very greedy build here by Creator. Gets punished. He gets punished for it. And now we're getting into Winter Madness. The Gamba was real. The Gamba. Now, we are now loading into a larger map of the map pool. The scariest thing about this is that this map, similar to the Old Republic, is known for proxies because there are a lot of proxy locations. I would say there's a higher chance that herO proxy Stargates on Winter Madness. There's even a chance that Creator proxy Stargates as well. We'll see. There are a lot of locations. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss himself. It is a Creator. Let's go. Let us go. Now, as we get into this game, a couple of things. I do think that it's going to be smart for herO to go for the proxy pylon, because 2 games in a row he's gone proxy pylon and he has successfully been able to pull off the 1 base all in. Now, the reason why I want to see a proxy pylon this game is purely for mind games, right? herO's done it 2 games in a row, and if he makes it look like he's going for the same builds, I mean, now it's going to be on Creator to make the decision once again. Does he believe in the proxy? Does he believe it's a fake out? I would want to see herO either go for a fake out or go for a proxy Stargate and not a robo, but we'll see. Eyes are on this probe. Creator, he sees the probe. based on its timing here, herO might just proxy them center. Let's see. He's going for it. Yeah, he's going for it. We veer off towards the right-hand side. Depending on the placement, it could be a Stargate. As I mentioned before, I do want to see a Stargate here at a herO to try to mind game his opponents. Pylon gets thrown down. And this is not a position for a robo. So this is not a proxy robo. Because the probe leaves, it looks like just a fake out. Just a fake proxy pylon from herO and creator. He has to make a decision. He has to decide. He has to roll the dice. He has to roll the dice. Does he go for a very strong response and go for a robo? Does he cut some corners and be greedy like last game and go for the Nexus? Does he go for a bit of an in-between route and go for the Stargate? Meanwhile, Stargate open at a herO, back at home, not proxied. Creator fully walls off. And Creator, he doesn't send out a second probe. Robo. Oof, it worked. So Creator going for the Robo opener. This is a very defensive response. Very defensive. We saw this in game 2. Saw this in game 2 of the series. So Creator is not taking any chances. He's looking, he's scouting, but he's terrified that it's an all-in. We can see it's anything but. So this is a better start for herO. He successfully wins in the mind games. Now, Creator, he can try to turn this into a one-base all-in himself, but because the map is so large, it's going to be weaker. It's going to be very weak if he does attempt a one-base all-in from here. Oracle's on the way. herO, he throws down his own Robo and Gateway. Wait, what? herO, he's going for a one-base all-in. I believe that herO was going to expand, but no, he goes for a Stargate opener, and he just doubles down. He just doubles down. Creator moves out, checks for the expansion. Does Creator go up the ramp? He does win in the head-on fight. It does go for the Adept. Adepts, they pull away. Trying to buy time for extra warpins. Losing one Adept so far. But now with the reinforcements, herO he should hold. It will hold on. Oracle gets across. Thankfully, safety shield battery in the main. Gets the first round. Nice defense here by Creator. Very nice. And Creator is slowly expanding. Again, I assumed that herO was going to go into a macro build from here, but no, he just doubles down. And I'm not too convinced by this response out of herO, I'll be honest. Like, because it's a delayed one-base all-in on Winter Madness, right? Now he expands. This is such a late Nexus, though. It's so late. I'll be honest, this build from herO, it looked like he thought the Creator was going to all-in him. So that's why now herO, he has the Stalkers, he has this Immortal. What can he do with this? Like, what was the purpose of this? It can't achieve anything. Again, I'm pretty sure the purpose of this was that he was thinking the Creator was just going to stay on one base as a response. So correction to what I said earlier, when it comes to the early game, Creator's ahead. Creator, he's ahead. Comes out on top. It was messy from both sides. Like, there was a lot going on. Ooh, herO shades into the main, gets one probe. Just one. Yeah, just one probe. I swear, just soon Oracle hits the natural. 2 Oracles taking one shot. 7 probes go down. One of the Oracles just barely get away. But okay, nice damage and very necessary damage as well. 7 probe kills. One of the Oracles is still alive. We can always go back into Stasis Trap. And herO is catching up. Okay. So again, initially, Creator, he had the better early game. But now herO is playing catch up, and he's only down by 2 probes. And down by 2 workers. Creator going for his own Stalker drop, okay. With force fields. So Creator, he can try to force field the mineral line. Never mind, just going for the pylon. Forcing herO to respond. Even getting a Phoenix. Let's go. Should force the recall. There's a recall back home. See if here can. Oh. See what he can achieve. Jumping to the natural, getting a pylon, trying to cause a distraction. He pulls away. As he pulls away, here he can move in, going for the third. Can he force a cancel? He doesn't have enough. Yeah, there's not enough here. This army is just so small. Here he gets a pylon. He has to get the hell out of here. He at least supply books creator. True. He supply books. And this is a 2-base all-in. Here he throws down extra gateways, getting into glaives, and he's going massive mortal glaive adept. Again, this has just been a really awkward and messy game. Oh no! The prison went down, losing to immortals. Oh god. Hero, you cannot afford these losses. Very messy game. And now creator has momentum, he moves out. Takes down the Oracle. And here he is in trouble here. It's gonna be a tough hold. Glaives will finish, which will help, but just the size isn't quite there. And remember, Creator doesn't have to push in. I mean, I think he should. I think he should take a fight and trade. And I do think he would out-trade. But Epstay commits, which means this army is vulnerable. Creator has a faster third base. Doesn't quite catch out any units. Okay. Hero can still pull this off. It's all or nothing. Nice force shields. He gets one. Does we go for one immortal. Never mind, there's no anti-air. There we go. Eventually it'll go down. But alas. Yeah, Hero's gonna get locked in. Losing in his own immortals. There's a recall back home at Epstay out, getting into the mineral line. Okay. Hero is popping up. And the enemy's forced to recall. Hero pulling a couple of points. I mean, again, Hero's all in. May as well. Pappy may as well. Pull the boys. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Creator. Hero, he needs to end it soon. Ooh, does force a blink. Dies on the Immortal. Immortal goes down. Adepts do shade in towards the natural. But the sentries get left behind. The stalkers get left behind. And here he doesn't get in. Gets to break through that front door. Shades into the main base. Is killing a lot of probes. Okay. Oh, the boys! They're still here. The boys are at the third base. They do get on top of the Immortal. Nice pickoff. Nice catch. Immortal goes down. Creator's lost a lot of probes and he's going to lose even more. There are just so many adepts and more probes are falling. He's doing it. GG. It's called Hero. He pulls Creator apart with the mass glaive adept, and Hero with the two base all in. He will claim the series at 3-1, becoming this week's Korean StarCraft League champion. GG. What an animal. What an animal. Very, very messy final game here. Again, I was favoring Creator. Like, Creator, he was able to secure his two-base setup. He was able to get into his third base, better economy. In the long run, better army as well. But, alas, he was unable to keep up with the Adepts and was just losing far too many workers. Was just being pulled apart by the mass glaive Adept. GG. GG, well played. Ay, ay, ay. But congratulations to Hero. My condolences to Creator. Again, Creator. I can definitely see a world where Creator could have forced the ace match. Could have forced the ace match, but GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Hero. As with that, we do have our first KSL champion of the year of 2026. I'm sure this does bode well for the future. I mean, Hero, he won the most amount of KSLs last year. we're expecting the same thing this year as well. For those that are unaware, shout out to Dark. He actually did post a couple of tweets recently. I think he posted he showed a video of his daughter at his PC setup, you know, playing StarCraft, showing off her APM skills. Love to see it. Dark, he's still like 10 months away, or 10 to 9 months away from finishing his military service, but he has let us know that he does want to return to StarCraft once he does wrap up, so looking forward to that. The future of StarCraft 2 coming into 2026 is a little bit obscure. A little bit. We do have 2 events confirmed. We have Home Story Cup. Home Story Cup is at the end of the month, if I remember correctly. So Home Story Cup is at the end of the month. I have to double check the dates, but Home Story Cup is right around the corner. Stars Agora also confirmed. That's what, in April, right? Is it around April-ish of the year? So Stars Agora is going to be later on in the year. When it comes to EWC, there's still one game that is yet to be confirmed. I think we're all expecting it to be StarCraft. At least I'm hoping that it's going to be StarCraft. But speculation is all that we really have in regards to 2026 and EWC. But hopefully StarCraft is going to be supported again for another circuit. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And outside of that, we're expecting more of the kind of like local regional LAN events. What do I mean by that? So if you recall, Geralt, he did host a LAN event in Poland last year, and if you remember, Geralt, he plans on hosting that LAN event on a regular basis annually, every single year, and he wants to incorporate other games. I think last year he had Tekken. I think it was StarCraft, Tekken, and there was another game. Was it FIFA? I can't quite recall, but I want to say there were like 3 different games there. But they do plan on doing that annually, and they were very happy with the first event that was in Krakow. So we expect to see more of that. We expect to see the next SC for All tournament. I know that the SC historian was very happy with how the first event did unfold. That was a big event in the Americas in Philadelphia, at Cheeseadelphia, essentially, with Brood War and SE2. So there are certain like kind of smaller LAN events that we are pretty confident that are going to be continuing coming into the year. But when it comes to like the big circuit, when it comes to EWC and DreamHacks, that's a little bit more, you know, up in the air whether that's going to occur or not. Regardless of what happens with StarCraft, as always, we're going to be here to cast as much StarCraft as we can. If you notice, December was a lighter month for us. Intentionally, if we wanted to, we could have just like doubled down and just locked into December, but we did decide to take it a little bit leaner, a little bit easier, and I think that's going to be the case moving forward for the near future. For those who don't know, I have my pet bunnies, but they're going to be undergoing an operation in a couple of days. They're very young. They're getting desexed, and apparently that's like a big thing. It's like 2 weeks of recovery, and I have to be there for them as well, so that is going to impact the amount of casting. I've intentionally like rescheduled and made the next 2 weeks a little bit lighter and leaner when it comes to casting, so just a heads up when it comes to January and the beginning of the year. But hopefully everything goes well, and hopefully they're able to recover. Just want to look after them, of course. When it comes to the main year, though, of course, Tuna Cup's going to be continuing, the Water TV Monday is going to be continuing, Pickasaur Cups, all the weeklies. When it comes to daily StarCraft, it's all still going to be there. It's just like the bigger, grander circuit is still a little bit more ambiguous. But of course, we'll be there. We'll be there as always. Because we're going to be a little bit leaner when it comes to casting, if you want to check out more of myself, !light in the chat. I do try to stream every now and then. I've been streaming a little bit more recently. I guess what's easier about streaming on my personal channel is that I can just make it a shorter stream. I'm not like confined to a tournament and to how long the tournament lasts. So I can make it a little bit shorter if I need to, or I can go check my bunnies if I need to. Again, it's just like StarCraft 2 ladder sessions, or we started playing Divinity. Myself, herO, and Yaku, we started playing Divinity again. I guess it's kind of in theme with the recent announcement of the new Divinity game. True. But we're playing Divinity Original Sin 2. We're playing Final Fantasy 14, playing some other games just whenever we have any free time available as well. One day I'll get around to finishing Final Fantasy 16. I started that last year in January. I just never had time to get back to it. Same with Spider-Man 2. So some single player games I'll get around to laddering whenever I can. So if you want, you can tune in there on my personal channel. Otherwise, here on the CranKy Ducklings, we're still going to be live on a mainly daily basis. Very quickly here, catching up on the rest of our schedule for this week. As you saw, As you saw here, we did have some extra days free for the New Year's. As you can see in the center of the week, we just wrapped up with KSL, and tomorrow we're going to be live with the CranKy Epic Series. That's going to be a best of 9 show match. Oh my god, best of 9 show match in StarCraft Evolution. Very quickly, just double checking the players. I think it's herO and herO. Am I crazy? I have to double check. We do have the CranKy Epic Series. And I'll have to double check. who's going to be competing in that. But that is, of course, going to be this week. We also have the LATAM Legend Series. We have the Thermal 2v2 circuit. True. During the off-season, Thermal circuit has returned. That is also this weekend. For those who don't know, we don't cast the Thermal circuit, but we do work behind the scenes and we run the events. The Cranky Ducklings, I mean. So this might not be well known, but Thermal, we're good friends. He reached out. He's like, Pappy, I need some admins, and we're like, we got you. So if you're curious, we do run those events. We don't cast them because we're running the events, but we do actually cast it via replays. Thermal is kind enough to share the replays, and we do cast it via replays at a later date. That's going to be around the corner as well. We have the Podcast returns next week. True, the Podcast will return. We have the Patch Clash Invitational and other events throughout the course of the next couple of weeks. Again, expect to see a couple of days free every now and then, just because the operation for the bunnies are going to be on the 7th of January. So scheduled right now, we have the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th free. So no casting from the 7th to the 9th. I'm going to leave them free so I can make sure that they're okay and spend some time with them. Look after them. So let me see hitas. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. The KSL is a bi-weekly tournament every fortnight. We have the Korean StarCraft League, so we should be here in in 2 weeks' time for the next event. Otherwise, congratulations to herO. Congratulations for becoming our champion. And again, herO, he is currently, I would say, the best Protoss in the world. You can make an argument for Classic for sure. You can make an argument for Classic, but herO, he's definitely in form. He's looking like a beast, and we expect to see more from him in the near future as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a best of 9 show match, the CranKy Epic Series. We'll see you then for that. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Also, very quickly, if you want to tune into VODs, YouTube is the place to be. The YouTube stream did go down earlier today, so I do apologize. It went down in the best series as well. Like, I still stand by it. Cure versus Gumiho was amazing. Like, it was a banger of a series. So I do apologize for the stream going down on YouTube for that. Will eventually be uploaded in VOD form, but otherwise, do check out those VODs. Check us out on YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, all things StarCraft, all things Cranky Ducklings, I mean. And we'll see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. We'll see you next time. See you mañana. Hasta mañana. Ciao. Hasta luego.